Hello, this is Ron Woody. This is one of our treasurers this year, Cecil Crowe, and we've had to do our program a little bit different in 2020 because of the pandemic, and you see that I'm wearing a mask and Cecil has, and we can take them down as we're talking, but generally this program takes place at the courthouse. We have all of our candidates up there, individuals who are treasurers in that particular year. This year we're doing it different because of the pandemic, and it's really kind of nice to be over here at the old courthouse, which is kind of what we're kind of celebrating anyway. Treasurers, and this courthouse is a treasure in and of itself. So one thing through the pandemic that we have learned that we wish we'd been doing for the inception of this program is doing a videotape. So this will be on a YouTube video. You can go on it probably today or tomorrow, and it will be uploaded. So Cecil, if you have any of your friends that are in or family that's in other states or couldn't be here with us today, you can have them to review this video online. It'll be up in a few days. So we are pausing out of our busy lives to remember some of Roane County's history. As we honored this year, and Cecil, this is number 7, the 7th Roane Treasure for 2020. The program started in 2007 to honor individuals who have made significant contributions to Roane County through their dedicated public, private, and charitable service and through those organizations. Roane County was formed on November the 6th, 1801. So it's during this November time frame, and because of the pandemic and various things, we've had to, our last one here is the 17th of December, but we started doing some of our recordings in early November. So Roane County was formed, like I said, November the 6th, 1801. So it's kind of fitting that we try to do this program this time of the year. The program has had several names since 2007 when it was started. Roane, the Living Treasures, Roane Founders Day, but now we call it just the Roane Treasures. The program is loosely based on a couple of criteria we have, one being age, 2, they are selected by commissioners in their districts. We have golden treasures that are 90 plus and regular treasures that are generally 70 plus. And we follow those guidelines with a few exceptions over the years. We generally will honor 6 to 9, and this year it is 7. So what I would say to anyone who's seeing this YouTube video is that if you know of a treasure in your neighborhood, and there's many out there, they are your neighbors, maybe some family members, someone in Roane County who has contributed to public service, charitable, civic organizations, just being someone who has added value to our community. Anytime during the year, if you come across one of these names, if you'll give our office a call to the Roane County Executive's office, we'll be glad to take that name down. And then as we start putting our program together, we get with the respective commissioners from that district for selection. Each year we kind of put together some of the characteristics of folks. We've had this year 2 people who've been in the Army, one served in Korea, one was in World War II. We had a Navy veteran of 20 years, a U.S. Air Force, a Marine. One of them, 2 of them had Bronze Stars, good Army conduct medals. They have contributed to a number of organizations, Hands of Mercy, Habitat for Humanity, served on utility boards, helped build churches that were destroyed and homes that were destroyed through hurricanes throughout the South. Teachers, coaches, a number of individuals from various faiths, Baptist, Presbyterian. We've had people who were Masonic Lodge members, Sunday school teachers, deacons. They've held jobs from working at K-25 basically almost their entire life, so a lawyer, and again, school teachers. One of our candidates was a county attorney and then became county judge. Unique activities, a lot of them have had. One of the most unique ones we saw this year, and unless Cecil, you've got one you'd like to share with us, is we had one candidate this year that worked on President Nixon's helicopter. He was, I think they were maybe over in the Philippines when they came in and he did that. So appreciate you listening in to this YouTube video, but what we are really thankful for is Cecil Crowe being a Roane County Treasurer, and at this time I'm going to turn it over to Jerry White, Commissioner from the district, to say a few things.
My name is Jerry White, and I am the Commissioner of the 4th District, which covers the territory from Blair Road all the way into the west end of Oak Ridge. I guess if I get to talk about Cecil a little bit, sometimes I have to back up and punt, but I'll start with what a true friend he is to me. I really got to know Cecil probably 10 or 15 years ago when I joined the Oliver Springs Historical Society. And we've been working on a project in Oliver Springs for the past 7 or 10 years, remodeling the Abston Garage. And Cecil's been on the board of directors for that group, and he's been the treasurer. And Cecil and I are on the alarm call at night if something happens in the Historical Society. We do have an alarm system, and many times Cecil and I have met at the building at 2 or 3, 4 o'clock in the morning when the alarm would go off. But if I ever have a problem, Cecil Crowe is the man I call, because I can depend on him. He's so intelligent, and he has a few more years on me, a few more, and he's my right hand as far as the Historical Society is concerned. But let me just share a few things with you. I've got to know Cecil, and I've got to know his wife and their son. Cecil and Pat have one son, Greg, and Cecil has 2 grandsons, and it's just it's a family that you're thankful for. Every time there's an accident at my house, we call Cecil's son, and he kind of helps us through our crisis at my house, whether it's a broken arm or a cut or somebody that needs to go to the ER. Greg's just like his dad. He's always willing to help. Cecil, in 1968, he graduated from Oak Ridge High School, and he went on to graduate in 1973 from the University of Tennessee, where he earned his bachelor's degree in business administration and accounting. Cecil's our bookkeeper and our treasurer for the Oliver Springs Historical Society. Cecil makes you account for every dime you spend too, and I like that. Cecil, during his career, he worked 40 years for the same company. I was in Cecil's office when he was mayor of Oliver Springs. Probably about every other day he was helping me solve a problem, and he served that term 2016 to 2018. He's a member of the Roane County Board of Equalization. He served, of course, I've already mentioned, served at the Oliver Springs Historical Society. He's on the board of directors, and he's my treasurer. Cecil and his wife, Pat, donated some property, and there the Oliver Springs, the city of Oliver Springs established the Redbud Park. And that was donated to the town of Oliver Springs by Cecil and Pat. He's a member of the Church of God of Prophecy of Oliver Springs. Like I said, Cecil Crowe's my right-hand man. One of the best friends I have. And I guess that's all I have to say. That's all I can say about Cecil Crowe. Thank you.
Let me just add one thing before we turn it over to Cecil. He was mayor, like Jerry said, from 16 to 18. And we talked periodically about things going on in county government. It was always a pleasure to talk to Cecil. We had a couple of openings on one of our boards, And I called him and I said, Cecil, I've got to open it. And Cecil's response was, anything I can do to help, you let me know. So he's on the Board of Equalization, and we appreciate your service to that and your continued service to Roane County. But you know, it's a pleasure to deal with people in the community that when you call on them, what can I do to help? And Cecil, we appreciate that. Anything you'd like to share unique that you have done, unique that you'd like to tell your grandkids that may look at this in a week or may look at it in 10 years? This is a time of history that we can record.
Well, there's a lot of things in my life that are memorable to me. Some things that I'd like to forget that I can't, but you learn from those mistakes. You learn as you go along. One thing that I do regret is that I didn't get involved with the county and with the city earlier than I did. I worked in finance, and as you know, that requires a lot of hours. And because of that, I really lost a lot of opportunities, and I'm trying to make up for those opportunities now. I did get assigned to the E911 board within the last month.
Well, I thought we had something else that we'd asked you to serve, and the 911 board. Appreciate that service to that also.
But I just wish that a lot more people get involved, not in politics, but in the business of the county, in the business of helping community service events out, helping nonprofits, you know, just helping people. And that's what I'm striving to do as I go forward.
Cecil, we do appreciate it. We have here a certificate that you can, of course, take and display, and then we have a plaque. On the first floor of the courthouse, we have a big plaque from 2007. All our treasurers, their name will be also placed on that plaque. And we really appreciate your service. We appreciate Kenny. He's filmed all of our activities. Amber on our staff, Kofer, she takes all the names in, so you can thank her for helping put our program together this year. And we thank you for your continued service in our community.
Well, I appreciate that. I don't feel worthy, but I do appreciate it.
Thank you.